Oh. Well, sorry, one moment. As soon as we started to get going, um, noise started coming from the swimming pool area. They're fixing things. Okay, so welcome to the 5D Academy of Higher Consciousness. I'm Zarathustra, your host, broadcasting live from Tulum, Mexico. One of our dear participants asked me to talk about free will. And I think she is a little bit struggling with whether there is free will or there is not, and and obviously, um, this is people who are interested in these teachings, and or they've been with me. Uh, you've heard me talking about it many times. Maybe it's not your direct experience, but something attracts you to this teachings, to this energy. And in the beginning, it appears to be like it's the person, but it's not the person. It's the energy that happens in between the two people. That's what it's like, a glue. It brings the two people together, but there is something in between, and there's a chemistry. And the attraction we have is to that, not to the person, it's to the teachings, it's to the energy and the atmosphere that that energy creates. And that's what we're attracted to down deep in our soul level, because we hear something that resonates with our inner self. So in the it's matching our vibrations, the teachings, and we're resonating with it. It's in we're vibrating the same frequency. So we're attracted to this. We come to it. So we're going to talk about that. How's that? Is that good? Okay? Yeah? No? Hi, Kate. Welcome. Hello, Massey. So, okay. Yes, of course, you have free will. It's not, you can, I can decide right now, this is a glass of water, and I'll have some, I'll put it back, I'll pick it up, I'll put it back, I'll pick it up. So I'm exercising my free will. But that's on the surface. It appears that I am choosing this. And every day you have to decide on different, you have choices to make. Am I going to go out to lunch, or I'm going to make something at home? Am I going to go out tonight to dinner with my friends, or I'm staying at home? Should I go right or should I go left? And so you make these decisions on your own free will. No one's forcing you to go right or to go left. So that of course you have free will. But if you go deeper inside, what instigates to make that choice to go right instead of left? What takes you to this direction instead of going that direction? What made you say no to that marriage proposal, and what made you say yes to that marriage proposal? What took you in a place of having children, and what didn't take you to this place of having children? What happened? Behind, in the front, it appears like you're making the decision, but back inside, deeper what led you in that direction. The desires, the thoughts, the feelings that this is the right decision, this is the wrong decision, something back deep inside is contributing to the decisions we're making in our lives. So, okay, we'll go a little bit deeper inside. Like, okay, what choices did you have when you were born? You were born in this body, and you're born in this family, and you come with certain DNA. Did you choose your body? Did you choose the color of your skin? Did you choose uh, what country you're going to be born in? What parents you're going to be born to? Do you have any memory of these choices that you've made? Because we're talking about you have free will. Okay? So obviously, in those transactions, you have no memory of it, so you don't know if you chose it or you didn't choose it. Are we so far on the same page together? Am I right? Or there is someone here who has memories from before they were born, and they made decision to be born into this family, this country, this race, this religion, this sex. I'm born as a man, you know. Why I wasn't born as a woman? So, so obviously, or at least it appears to me that I didn't have any choices. Then there is your genetic makeup. So genetically, let's say your genetics, like you're tall, you're fair skin, you know, you got broad shoulders, you're athletic, or genetically you're smaller, you're thin, you're you know you're delicate. These are also something happen in your genes. And then you know the genes, genetics you get from your parents, your ancestors. Maybe you're patient, you're calm, maybe you have anxiety, you're hyper. um, so many different things that they're there. Then we go a little bit more into the culture you were born. So, do you think you would be the same person as you are right now if you were born and raised in Jamaica, or you were born and raised in Tunisia, if you were born and raised in a country in Middle East? Would you be this person you are today, or you would be a different person? So where the region you're born into is going to have effects on your behavior, the way you think, the way you feel, your demeanor. So the cultural effect of the country you were born, the religion you were born into, they're all going to have some effects on you, because you didn't choose any their religion. They're imposing it on you as a child. So naturally, you're going to have some kind of reactions to it. Then your parents, the way they are these like clean people? Your parents are clean, they're tidy, or they're messy? Are they attentive to you, or they abandon you? Are they violent, or they're soft and sensitive? These are all going to shape your personality as you're growing up with your parents, your brothers, sisters. So you don't have a choice on these either. You're plopped, you dropped in this family, and by the time you just kind of become an adult and you can make some decisions, it takes 18, 19 years has gone by, 20 years gone by. So You're already shaped up. And then when did you come to this kind of understanding and teaching of self realization? Um, in your 30s, in your 40s, before you had kids, after you had kids, later on, it's your 50s. When did you come to these kind of understandings of questioning the nature of existence, questioning who am I, questioning where do I come from and where do I go after here? All these things, basically, you were not practicing these things or asking these questions when you were 8, 9, 10 years old. Most people haven't. And then in your teenage years, maybe, you were a regular teenager like every other teenager. You're drinking, partying, chasing boys, chasing girls, doing whatever is happening. And then slowly, maybe you got married, have kids, or you went to college, or you went out of the country, you traveled, and little by little you're kind of figuring out about yourself and the nature of your being. So these things, they're part of our conditioning as we're growing up. And it's very clear to me I don't have or didn't have any choices on these things. So if you look at it from an objective point of view and from a little bit far away, you can see a big section of your life, huge, which is the foundation of that has been laid down to for you to become who you are. You didn't have any choices on it. They were all already there. You came into this. So okay, now we're an adult. We are questioning things, and we're looking back at our lives, and or we're looking forward, and we are kind of playing with the idea that um, okay, did I have free will when I had kids? Did I have free will when, let's say, um, I I'm married, I have kids, and I leave my family, and I just find a new lover, and I move to Bali with her, and I abandon my family. Okay, and then for years I feel guilty, and I'm beating myself up for doing that. I should have not done that. I wish I didn't do it. How would have been my life like if I did it? So we're mind fucking over it, and we're going through grief and regrets. But the truth of it from this teaching is you had no choice over that. That was already written in your life. You had to make those decisions, and you had to go in that direction. And it didn't matter. It was already God's will for you to go that way. And in the meantime, something happens, you are in the army or some sort of situation like that, and your best friend gets shot and dies, and your other friends die, and nothing happens to you. And somehow you're the only one who survived this war in the army, or a car crash. Your friend died or got paralyzed, and nothing happened to you. So, in this kind of scenarios that is happening in life all the time. Now, but they don't have to be as drastic of life and death, but we're constantly in a position in our lives that we make decisions, which direction I go, and things happen to us. Accidents, we call it, happen to you, or disaster happens, or happens to someone in your family but doesn't happen to you. How do they decide on that? Let's say today, you're walking on the street, You know, you're wherever you are, you're in Frankfurt, you're in Warsaw, you're in Gothenburg, and you want to cross the street and some drunk driver hits you and you're paralyzed or you die and you're only 30 years old. Did you decide on dying at age 30? Was this a decision you made or it happened? So, because I don't think if anybody makes a decision, I'm going to be living up to age 30 and then I'm going to die from a car accident, or I'm going to get brain tumor or cancer, breast cancer at age 35, and then I'm going to die, and this is my decision. Obviously, when something happens to our bodies, we develop an illness or a disease, such as like cancer. Uh, there's nothing you know. It's not. I can come and say, oh, because of your unhealthy lifestyle or the decisions you've made in your life, now you have a cancer. But a lot of times you see really healthy people taking care of themselves and they get some really horrible type of cancer and they die very soon. So how much choice did they have in that? How does that happen? It's like your body betrays you and just drops you, and it does what it wants to do. It's just kind of feel this and sit with it. And for me, it was the deeper I went into it, the more I investigated the whole thing, the more I started to see, like, oh my God, I never had any kind of free will. There was never any, it was the illusion of the free will, but there was no free will. It looked like I'm making the choice, but it just looked like it. There are like these invisible hands from behind that they're kind of opening the road to go in this direction, and or opening the road to go in this direction. Like that decision in that moment you made to go to a dental school, or you were choosing and you were really thinking to go to medical school, or somehow instead you got pregnant and you got married to your high school sweetheart and you stayed in a little town. And what was that in that moment you made this decision? The flow of life took you in this direction. All your life you thought you were going to be going in that direction. That was the goal, but you ended up here. I mean, okay. And then 20 years after, you're asking yourself, how did I end up here? I wanted to be traveling around the world, or I wanted to be a journalist or photographer. I didn't want to be a mom with 3 kids at age 22. How the hell did that happen? That wasn't the plan, but it happened. Anybody has any comments, questions? I'm happy to get engaged.
Yes, I would like to ask you about something.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think about this idea that before we came to the earth, we agreed with other souls to be together here, like as a family, that I'm going to be a child with you as mom and you as dad. And there is this agreement that we are going to be wife and husband, and that we are going to be cheated or things like that, because we want to experience such things, to grow up, to, I don't know, to have this experience. Because I thought that I like this idea, and I thought that it would be great to think like that, because it gives me this peace of mind that, okay, it happens because I chose it. I chose it before came here. I came here. I just decided to have this sort of life because I wanted to be a woman in a to give birth, just like things like that. I heard about it and I liked it, and I thought that it's nice.
Okay,
The
let me
same thing that I don't know if I chose it. I didn't choose because I don't remember, and that makes me like fuck up in my in my head.
Well, I appreciate your honesty and you're bringing this up. So let me see if I understand correctly so I can give you the right answer to the best of my ability. So you're saying you like the idea that before you were born, you made these choices. I'm going to be born in this body, in this parents, in this looks, and this destiny.
Yes, as the energy, I don't know, this energy that wants to experiment something on Earth, right?
Yes, as the energy wants to experience something on Earth. Okay, so somewhere in the other dimension, before you entered into the physical body, this is a script that was, let's say, Ramana Maharshi would say, Ishvara, Ishvari, Her Majesty, Lord God. It gives you a script. And they say, okay, this life, you're going to come to the earth, and these are the experience you need to experience. This is the stuff is going to happen, whether you
Yeah,
get betrayed, whether you, whatever it is,
yeah,
you get abused, you get raped, you get beat, or you become, a princess or a queen or whatever is the scenario, and you agree to it and you come to the planet Earth because this is what your soul needs to experience in order to go to the next level. Okay? So it's like college graduation. You're going to schooling, and planet Earth is a school. And when you come to planet Earth, it's not Disneyland. It's not a country club coming to the planet Earth. It's not on, you're not on a vacation. It's tough place, and there's sufferings in it. And there's a lot of experiences of loneliness, of being abandoned, being cheated, not being loved, a lot of stuff will happen. And there's going to be a lot of good things too. But it's more bitter than it's sweet, generally. At least that's my experience. And I have a good life in comparison. But I can see there's more bitter in it than there's sweet. And so we can adopt this mentality that in some level, soul level, we decided on this life. Okay? Are we so far on the same page together? Yeah? Okay. Great. That's also, all of it is a concept. The concept of before I was born, I God gave me this script, and you have to go through these steps and then experience these things in order to move up to a higher level of consciousness. Do you hear this noise or no? No. Good. Yeah. So that's a concept. Also, what I'm teaching, that you have no free will, or whatever I teach, that is also a concept. They're all concepts. Now, religion will give you another concept. For example, like Christianity, already when you were born, you're a sinner. You know, you have sinned. So that's right off the bat. As you were born, you're a sinner. Uh, then there is a hell. After you die, you can go to hell, and you're in this like demonic place, dark, fire, pain for the rest of eternity, or you go to heaven. These are concepts. They're ideas. All of them are concepts. So it's like, which one do you like? You know, you can pick you can choose whatever you like. Whatever story you like, you can choose it and believe in that. Whatever sits with you really well. Or the story of I'm here, I'm partners, I'm co-creating with God. I'm also a part of God. I'm a creator, and while I'm alive on this planet, I'm co-creating with God. This is like the new age right now, the new age talk and concepts, you know. And through that, because I'm God, I have the ability of using my imagination. I can think positively, or I can imagine like I'm driving a beautiful Mercedes, or I can imagine I live in a manifesting a beautiful home. You know, normally this manifestation business is very personal, it's very selfish, it's only for me. When you go take these courses, is they're going to teach you how you can manipulate existence so you get what you want for your own benefit first. Maybe you're generous and you just say, okay, I'm also going to wish good health for everyone on the planet, or good fortunes for everybody, you know, but first it's you. You're never going to wish for other people before you wish it for yourself. That's how it works. You're not going to say, oh God, please make everybody on the planet happy first, and then I'll come last. So now that's another concept too. It could be very well true, it could be not. You know, take your pick, whichever you like, you can decide on. They're all concepts, because this whole thing about you have free will or you don't have free will, when it's being expressed and you speak about it, then it comes to duality. There is a duality. It becomes an object. This converse, when I'm speaking, everything that comes out of my mouth, it becomes an object. And once things are in third dimension, the opposite part of it is true as well. They're both exist. Like black and white, dark and light, day and night, man and woman, good people, bad people, generous people versus stingy people. Everything in third dimension, the opposite of it exists as well, because they're objects. So when I speak and I tell this story, the moment I start talking about it, because it's being verbalized and it comes to the world of objects, the other side of it is true. It comes with its other sides. It's a coin, and no coin has only one side. All coins are two-sided. They have this side, that side. You can have the same marking on both sides, but you can't have a coin without the other side. Hold on a second, one moment. I gotta close this door. Sorry about that. They're doing construction and that noise was driving me nuts. So, the truth that the part that I have come to understand is that the actual truth is not something I can talk about. Whatever I say is I'm saying go that direction. You want freedom, go that direction. But this is not freedom. This is pointing out on a direction. So everything I say is pointer. It's not the truth. It's not the actual truth. You have free will, you don't have free will. These are just words. The actual truth only gets understood through silence and only gets transmitted through silence. And the actual truth is not something you're going to understand it with your mind, because the mind cannot understand the nature of infinite. The infinity cannot be understood by the mind. If I tell you existence is infinite, what you do is your mind creates a mental image of infinity. Because think about infinity and see, try it. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible to think about infinity without having a picture. It's absolutely impossible to talk about God without having an image. Your mind creates an image in third dimension. It's an object. Your mind creates an image of an object, because the mind cannot understand limitless, because the mind is limited. Its programming is limitation. It cannot understand outside of its programming. So the only way it can relate to it is by creating an image of it. But that still happens in third dimension, and it's still an object. All thoughts, all emotions are objects. They come and go because they're not here all the time. So we need to look for the answer to this question: do I have free will or not? Is my life predetermined or not? Did I, before I was born, did God give me a script what's going to happen or not? Is there hell or heaven or not? These things, right, could be understood when you go beyond thinking and you go into silence. When you finally exhausted yourself, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of seeking, searching in the dual world, and finally you're in this cycle of lifetime that you're exhausted. There is no more energy in the soul level to keep looking anymore. You did it like 50,000 lives. Now you're at the last one. And now you're attracted to these teachings. You're attracted to this because your radars, they've they cut it, they get it. Okay, there's something there. After 50,000 times that I was reincarnated, now I hear something there. And that thing only can be transmitted and understood through silence. And not by your mind. You can only understand it by your heart, by your being. Now, the mind, you have arrived at one point in your life that you don't have the energy anymore of investing your energy into the mind trying to understand something. You're exhausted. And that exhaustion brings you to being, and you're here. Suspended. You arrive at the place in your life that you don't want to have a goal anymore. To get to this point, like goals is, having goal is bullshit. Why? Because the mind is postponing your awakening to a future time. It's tricking you. Having goals in life is a trick by the mind. I'm working towards my goal. Means what? Means I don't want to be here now. I want to be somewhere else. because the actual juice and the truth of your existence is always in here and now. It's here, it's right in front of you. But you have goals. So you don't look at what is here and you're projecting it into a future which never comes, because you're still working on your goal all the way to the end of your life. You're chasing it and you never get to it. Again, as I mentioned, you have to go to this reincarnation cycle so many times to get to this place in your life as a human being in physical body, not in astral planes, not the angels, not other beings, physical human beings, which is the last stage before awakening. You have to come to this school, and this school is tough. It's not a country club. You see thousands of people getting killed, you see women getting raped, you see kids being abandoned, you see kids being raped, being sold, you see a lot of dark, but you have to go. The graduation is to go to the dark. You have to go to the dark because the dark is your roots. You see this beautiful tree on the outside, gorgeous tree with big, healthy branches of green leaves and flowers and everything. But where does the juice for this come from? It's coming from its roots. The roots are in the dark, they're underground. So, what do we do? I try to repress my dark side. Many people do that. Oh, I'm not interested in whatever, drugs, alcohol, pornography, um, danger, stuff that they're not holy, they're not good. Being vegetarian, meditating, let me look like I'm a meditator, let me wear the right stuff, put the right rope on. And all the time you're denying your roots, because your roots are deep into the ground and they're in the dark. You come from the dark. Only this other part of you is in the light. Your other part, that's where you get, if they cut your roots, your other part is useless. The tree is going to die. So when you incarnate and you come to this planet, your dark side needs to be acknowledged. And what do? We feel shameful and guilt because we hide it, especially if we come to spiritual world. Now we're hiding our dark side, not understanding that actually the dark side is not bad. It's part of the deal. You have to understand and explore your own dark side. Before you become one with everything and understand your oneness, you have to understand that you have Adolf Hitler in you. You have a Nazi inside you, and you have a fascist inside you, and you have a mass murderer inside you, and you have a rapist inside you, and there's hate inside you, and there's anger inside you, and you're also prejudiced. You have to understand these things are all inside you. They're not someone else's darkness. This is your own darkness. The only difference between me and Hitler is because I don't have the power. Maybe if you give me the power, I killed 50 million, not 6 million. Put someone in that position. People say money corrupts people. Money doesn't corrupt anybody. Corruption is inside you. Money just brings it out. Money doesn't corrupt you. You are corrupt already inside. You just don't have the power. You may be, if we put you in a position of power, you may do a lot more dark and ugly stuff than, I don't know, these guys that are running the world right now. You may be worse than them because you have it too. It's impossible. You're one with everything. We're one with everything. So my job is to bring this to your awareness, to make you wake up to the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is the dark and the light. Because that's why you're here on this planet. That's why you came back in this life, to become one. But you can become one if you only want the light, because the light comes with the dark. There is no light. How could there be light if there is no darkness? Imagine all of your life from the moment you were born, it's all light. You don't even know there is such a thing as light, because light is the only reality you have. You don't give a shit about light. You don't even notice it because this is the only reality you have. There must be darkness in order to appreciate light. So they come together, my dear. And you're both, because you're one. But this understanding, the ultimate part of it, gets transmitted through the power of the Sat Guru. It gets transmitted to the power of the awakened being. There's a transmission in silence, not in words. These are just still pointing. But the actual thing is when you sit with the wise one, when you sit with someone who has come to the understanding, their presence transmit that understanding to other people. Not their looks, not their actions, not what they say, it's their presence. Because they've awakened to the truth of who you are. They can never go back. And that's what we're attracted to. That's what pulls us together, to the juice, the actual juice, the value of this transmission that we receive. There's value in it. And something down deep inside of us recognize that. It's not an accident. You're meant to come to this. You're on a head-to-head collusion with your own self, with your dark side and your light. Understand that this is the truth and the nature of who you are in third dimension, and accept it and embrace it and not be ashamed of it. And from there, since there is no judgment, then the two sides come together and it becomes the pyramid. Both sides from the opposite, they come together. They're no longer in a battle with each other, they're in cooperation. They come, and then it becomes the pyramid, and you're on the top of pyramid. You're the third eye on the top, because you have transcended the good and bad. You have transcended what's right, righteousness, and evilness. I don't have the right word for it. You have transcended that. But that starts with yourself. You have to understand it and you have to accept it, recognize it, that you are both. It's all within yourself. You are all the good that there is in the universe, and you are all there is ugly in the universe. All of it is you. And then you start to free, you become free from the story called me. Because you start realizing this me, I don't need to hang on to it anymore. I can, it doesn't exist. It's not me, it's that. And in that understanding that it's not you as an individual person separated from the source, there's tremendous relief in that. It's like, oh, thank God. You mean I don't have to make decisions, whatever I do, and when I fuck up, which I do on regular basis, I make mistakes, I screw up. You mean it's okay? Yes, my son, it's okay. I am making mistakes through you, or it looks like it. Don't worry about it. Just live. And it's like, you mean I don't have to be so worried about my income? And she says, no, sweetheart. I'm the one who gives you your income. Don't worry about it. Just sometimes I take you all the way to the last pennies in your bank account, but in the last moment I deposit money in your account. It's me. Don't you're not, you have nothing to do with it. So it's like, I can relax now. Because now I don't have any goals. I'm not trying to get anywhere. I'm not trying to become anything. I can experience for the first time being here. Because here is rich. Here is full. Everything, all the wisdom in the world is in here. Not the next moment, not the last moment, not if I lose a bit more weight, not if I was a bit taller, not if I was a little bit younger, not if I spoke another language, not if I had more money. Here, the way it is, as it is perfect. And you can relax in it. Because there's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to become anything else. You're perfect the way you are, and this is how God wants to express itself. In perfection. You. Me. With all the screw up, fucked up things that comes with it. All the mistakes, all the wrong saying, changing moods, getting upset or not sleeping, or what all this package is perfectly designed to be this way by God. There's nothing wrong with it. And then you can relax in it. Thank God. You mean I don't have to finish my second book? No, my son. If you never publish it, it's okay. You mean I don't have to go back and teach? No, it's okay if you don't teach. Or you can go, or you can go, we take you wherever you have to go. You don't have to accomplish anything. You're fine. And then you just relax. And in that relaxation, so what happens is the illusion of control, because there's this like contraction, you're trying to control, you're trying to navigate in your life, you're trying to figure it out. Because if I don't figure out my life, who will? Because this is what appears to be. I'm in control. I need to do this. But now you can just relax and not be in control so much, and kind of in this relaxation, the contraction shifts to opening, and space is being created because you're not so on it. You're just letting go, and then all of a sudden space opens. And in this opening of the space, existence is infinite. Anything is possible. At any moment, anything can happen. Now you have access to infinite possibilities. From a limited way of thinking that things are like this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta make this much money from here to get there. All of a sudden, you're in this field that At any moment, you can become super wealthy. At any moment, you can become super healthy. At any moment, all of a sudden, everything is in front of you. And that's where the power is. Not in I sit down and try to learn how to visualize a Mercedes or a better life, or try to manifest this and manifest that, or sit down and process my emotions for years and years. No, it's just being quiet and being here, silence and here. And everything that you need will be provided. It will come to you. It will knock on your door and presents itself. You don't need to do anything for it. And if doing happens, that it looks like you're going and hustling and bustling, you're still not doing it. It's happening. You're not doing it. That's the difference. Then you're free. And the mind eventually surrenders. There's a surrender that comes. It's in the later stages that even it becomes quiet. You discover yourself for hours that hours have gone by and you have had no thoughts. But before that happens, you're going to go through a period that you're bombarded by thoughts. The mind gets, because as you're coming to the death of the mind is going to get stronger and throw more tantrums. So you can go through like maybe 2 years of not sleeping, or your mind is super active when you're sleeping, or maybe it's just like driving you crazy. It's because it's burning up. You're burning it up. And the more intense it gets, the more you're burning. It's not bad, actually. But when you don't know, you don't have someone who walked this path and they're guiding you step by step. What's going to happen? Don't worry. Don't quit. Don't think there's something wrong with you. Don't run to these other teachers who are teaching you positive thinking, or they're teaching, or you're going to do hours of breath work to just calm yourself. No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's okay. These are the steps of the way. We all went through that. All the biggies went through these steps. They all realized that. They all went through it. This life or past life. Nobody got to that place without going to the university, the process of elementary school, then high school, then university, then graduate school, then getting their PhD. None of them got to that place like that. They all went through the process. And that's what's happening right now. So you're in a very good place. And once you understand it, it becomes really much easier, because now your mind will cooperate. If you start seeing it, this whole consciousness business, this entire consciousness business is nothing but a shift of vision, how you look at it. The entire thing can just turn around based on shifting from where you're looking at it. You want to look at it from here, and then you go and look at it from here. And then you go and look at it from here, and then all of a sudden you start realizing things, because you're not looking at it from a fixated point. That this is how life is. I'm going to give you an example so it settles for you, so you understand it. So I'm going to use the victim versus victor example. The victim is, I have friends, either in my family or friends or my students, that they're victims. So, shit, police always pulls me over. I have a bad karma with police. I always get a ticket or they search me. Or I have this thing with mechanics, they always rip me off and they always, or I have this thing with boyfriends that I always choose the bad boyfriend and they steal my money, they beat me up, they abuse me. And you can't trust any man, or you can't trust any mechanics, or you can't trust. So they're always a victim. Okay? Bad things happen to you, you're a victim. Or you can use your free will and look at it differently. You look at it that, okay, when somebody rips me off, or let's say some girl broke my heart, she's a player and she broke my heart, or somebody is a crook and they deceived me and they stole, they didn't pay me or they stole my money. Rather than I'm a victim, I can look at it as, I had an agreement with this person at this point in our lives. We're going to meet and they're going to fuck me over. And I'm going to learn this lesson. This was a lesson I needed to learn. So, in a cosmic level, before I was born in this life, we made this plan that this person is going to participate for the good of my development to higher consciousness, that I'm going to get fucked over this issue. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. So I appreciate this experience. I don't need to see this person ever again. We're done. They came to my life, they executed what they had to do in order to teach me a lesson. And I learned my lesson. Thank you. Namaste. And see you never. So now I'm looking at the same incident from a different angle. The same thing happened. Okay, bye. Nice seeing you. Talk to you later, honey. Thank you. The same thing happened, but at one place, I'm a victim, and now I look at it differently. Then I'm free from it. I'm no longer carrying this karma with this energy in my life because I learned my lesson. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm moving. Next. I'm not a victim. I don't get fucked over.
That is a great blessing.
Yes, that's freedom. You have
so in this moment, in this moment, I have free will, right, to decide it. If it's not written somewhere that I'm not going to be a victim anymore. It's my free will then.
We can use that if that works for you. Sure, you know, you use your free will to decide not to be a victim, and you have decided to look at it from a different angle, and then you're free. Yeah, use your free will
and do this, and that's why I think that I have free will.
Yeah, but what caused you? Look, the result is what? You had to go through from A to B, from B to C, from C to D to come to this understanding, right? Yeah. How did you come to this understanding? Because C had to happen. And how did C happen? Because B had to happen. And how did B happen? Because A had to happen. Otherwise, you wouldn't come to this understanding. So those things you didn't choose. They happen. But they led you to come here to this understanding. Now, if you want to credit this to free will, it's fine. But now you have the understanding of looking things from a different angle. The entire understanding of the absolute and higher consciousness and awakening is Foundation is the ability to look at things from a different angle, to expand yourself. So you're not fixated. Like, you know how our parents are, you know, we all have, like, you know, or older people that, or your older friends who are really regimented, you know, or you go see your uncle or you go see your dad, and you know they're really Polish and everything has to be tradition. They're fixed on one idea and everything has to be that way. And when you go there for Thanksgiving or Christmas, if everything is not that way, there's something wrong with you because they're fixated on their way. That's the difference between them and us, because we are open to expanding and looking at things from different angles. We're not fixated on a one certain way, whether there is free will or there is not free will. That's also being fixated on it. Who gives a shit? I have free will, I don't have free will. What difference does it make? I'm still here. This is how much money I have, and this is what I look, and this is my life. There's nothing I can change about it, whether I have free will or I don't have free will. It's like I have two watches. One of them I bought for $150,000. You know, the other one I bought for $5. They both work and they both show the time. The time here is 1:07 p.m. in the afternoon, 13:07. Both watches show the same time. Who gives a shit? One is $150,000. The other one is 5. They both show the same time. Where is my focus? Time or the value of the watch? Because the value of the watch doesn't show me the time. So who cares we have free will or not? How is that going to change your life? If you are anxious, you're a jealous person, you're greedy, you're still going to be anxious, jealous, and greedy. Whether you have free will or you don't. That's not the thing. So our attention goes in the wrong place. And we forget the juice. The reality of it is you're here and now. Can you adopt a system of being here and now and being in trust of life and accepting life as it is? Now you're not in conflict with the flow of life. You're not trying to fight life to be something else. Now you're peaceful. You shifted the way you look at something. That's all you did. You didn't convert to Islam. You didn't convert to Christianity. You didn't become a Buddhist. You're not wearing a red robe. You didn't shave your head. You don't have to become vegetarian. All you did is you looking at life differently. All right.
So you gave us the absolution.
What's that?
You gave us the absolution.
Yeah. I've been giving you guys the solution for past few years. It's just no one's listening.
I know. Yes.
I didn't say anything new. If you go back to my videos, I've been saying the same thing over and over again, but different languages. But we get to a certain point of maturity that it clicks for us, you know, and one day it clicks. So when it clicks, we think, oh, this is the first time I heard this from him. Yeah. But that other 500 times we dismiss that. But that's not only you, that's me too. Everybody's like that. Because the message is, the teaching always pointing out to one place. Whether I'm teaching 5D quantum healing or 5D quantum awareness, whether it's third eye activation, whether it's uh, how to accept or how to open your heart, whatever the theme of the workshop, it always points out back to the source, the truth of who we are, which you can't understand it with your analytical mind. You just have to be here and let go of this imaginary controlling thing which doesn't exist. It's only in your imagination. You think you're in control. Are you in control of your body? I mean, right now I can get a heart attack. All of a sudden, my heart can stop, and in 5 seconds, I'm dead. And later, you guys say, "Oh God, Zarathustra, he was such a good guy, but he's gone." Well, when was my free will and control over my body to have a sudden heart attack? These people who died from sudden heart attack at young age, how were they in control? The body just did what it wanted to do. Or when you're driving your car, driving around the streets of Warsaw, and some drunk driver comes and hits you and kills you, what kind of control do you have over that? That someone else comes and hits you and kills you, or kills your kid, or kills your mom. Where is your free will there? How are you controlling that? You don't have any control over any of these things. When you're looking at it from a broader perspective, there's no control. And the body is a great example. I mean, you sleep, you wake up the next day, and there's a dark thing here. What the hell? Where did this come from? We're trying to find creams or lasering it, and fuck, I was fine. Where the hell did this thing showed up? Or you just get up one day and then you can't stand up because there's an inflammation around your sciatic nerve, and you just for 3 months you can't get up and walk. Where the hell did that come from? Those of us who are a little bit older can relate to that, Suzanne, Marit, me, you girls are younger, but we can relate to these sudden pains and aches that appear out of nowhere and they disable you. And it's like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything.
I'm not my pain. Pain is here.
Pain is here. Yeah. But you understand what I'm saying. All these weird stuff happens to the body out of nowhere. You don't choose those. You're not in control of it. You brought a great topic, Eva. Thank you so much. And also, thank you for sending me that video from that Polish reality show. What's the name of this? What's the name of this channel anyway?
It's TTV.
TTV.
I sent you this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's TTV. Okay, good.
That's right.
Cool.
But it's difficult to find this program again. I've got it recorded on my TV set, so when you are in Poland, you can come and you can just.
I think like this is a paid channel. Like you have to, like Netflix, you have to pay like $10 a month.
No, it's for free.
So why it's hard to get it if it's for free? Why would they hide it so you don't have access to it if it's out there?
I have to ask Marcelo because he's I know that he was also interested in it. I have to talk to him and ask him if he knows how to get to this. All right.
Okay.
Right. Because my son just recorded it, but when I sent you the recording, it was like double recording, so it lost its quality.
Yeah.
But I will try to ask Marcelo and
because surely they would not go through such hassle and expense and production to create a show and then they hide it from people. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna post it. So
Excellent.
nice seeing you all. Sending you lots of love and light. I don't think because next week 26 is the day after Christmas, right? Okay. Let me sit on it, and I don't know if we're gonna have enough participants next week. So I'm thinking maybe we skip the next 2 weeks, or have the academy, huh?
Or 1 week, not 2.
Yeah, the week after that is what? It's gonna be the first or January 2nd, right?
Okay, yes, something like
Right.
that.
So
You're right.
probably skipping next week because it's Christmas,
Mhm.
right? And then going to January 2nd. What do you think? What do you think, Hilda?
Yes, you are right. It's the 2nd of January, next one. So
Right.
people will be maybe traveling or something, or
Yeah,
relaxing.
I think next week we skip it and then we just jump to January 2nd.
That sounds good.
I think so.
I wish all a lot of calm and an open heart, and really be relaxed in your family and stay in yourself and be in love and be in contact with God and deep with earth. And so I think it will be a fine time.
Well, thank you.
And
I
a nice
appreciate
Christmas
it.
time.
I appreciate it.
Stay healthy.
Yes. Thank you.
So
Same to you.
I'm coming back to Warsaw. So I'll be there from I think third of March till the 18th. So yeah. So we're 5th and 6th of March. We're gonna have shamanic healing third eye activation in Warsaw. Then we go to Bratislava, and then we go to another town, and then we come back to Warsaw for a 3-day workshop, which is I think it's 15, 16, 17, or 14, 15, 16, something like that. So I get to see my beloved friends in Poland.
Bravo. Wonderful.
Zarathustra,
Yes.
I want to thank you for this beautiful and great speech, not only today, but especially today.
You're so welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I appreciate your presence, both of you, and all the love and support you give me, always.
We do our best.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You know, the people often are stupid around and they don't want you. We want you. So we look for a location. It's not so easy.
No.
I tried on 10 places and they all are fully booked.
Right.
The whole year. I must look if I can find something other. But I think if God it will, we will find something.
Yeah. If it's meant to be, it's just going to work out in a magical way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise,
we people in Hamar, we are so lucky that they're coming back to us in March.
yeah. Oh, yes. Coming to Hamar in March. So maybe you come to Hamar.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I welcome you to Hamar if you want to come.
Yes.
Think it over.
Yes.
Do that.
Have you ever been in Norway?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
pretty-
Yes, you too.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was near Lillehammer. I was in Bergen. When I was young, I was 24 years. I was in a Baha'i temple. And
Okay.
there I hear the first time a laugh meditation. And I thought, what a crazy guy, he's a bit stupid. But it was so funny he laughed for more than 1 hour.
It's a beautiful country. It's very
Yes,
very
it
pretty.
is. It is. And Sweden also.
Sweden.
Then
Also.
you can play in the snow, you know. Snow angels.
Yes. Oh, fine. Yes.
Yeah, I want
Just
lots of.
play and have fun.
I want lots of snow when I come there. I don't like this in between that it's raining and it's gray. I want snow.
Yeah.
Snow, snow.
Is there snow in March?
Oh, there's
It
always
depends.
snow. There's always snow in Norway.
It depends where you are.
Monica sent me a film. They have a lot of snow actually.
Okay.
You know, outside my window right now, the lawn is green. But if you drive for 5 minutes, it is snow, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I live nearby the water, so it's raining.
My beloved friends, Merry Christmas. I love you. Thank you so much for being here today. I enjoy every moment with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
And-
Christmas to all.
Christmas to all
Yeah.
of you.
And I look forward to seeing you soon. Reach out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you, love you.
Bye, beloved ones.
Bye.
Bye to all.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
It is so good to see you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Likewise.
You too.